Greetings, my brothers and sisters. My name is Minister Glenda Jackson, and I'm going to be sharing with you today from my personal devotional, My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. Today's reading is The Baffling Call of God, and it's the August the 5th reading. I'll begin with the scripture reference from Luke 18, verses 31 and 34. And all things that are written by the prophets concerning the Son of Man shall be accomplished. And they understood none of these things. God called Jesus Christ to what seemed unmitigated disaster. Jesus Christ called his disciples to see him put to death. He led every one of them to the place where their hearts were broken. Jesus Christ's life was an absolute failure from every standpoint except God's. But what seemed failure from man's standpoint was a tremendous triumph from God's, because God's purpose is never man's purpose. There comes the baffling call of God in our lives also. The call of God can never be stated explicitly, it is implicit. The call of God is like the call of the sea. No one hears it but the one who has the nature of the sea in him. It cannot be stated definitely what the call of God is to, because his call is to be in comradeship with himself for his own purposes. And the test is to believe that God knows what he is after. The things that happen do not happen by chance, they happen entirely in the decree of God. God is working out his purposes. If we are in communion with God and recognize that he is taking us into his purposes, we shall no longer try to find out what his purposes are. As we go into the Christian life, it gets simpler because we are less inclined to say, now, why did God allow this and that? Behind the whole thing lies the compelling of God. There's a divinity that shapes our ends. A Christian is one who trusts the wits and the wisdom of God and not his own. If we have a purpose of our own, it destroys the simplicity and the leisureliness which ought to characterize the children of God. I can totally relate to today's lesson. How many times, as I think about it, have I asked God, Lord, what is your purpose? Show me, God, what is your plan? And being so consumed by wanting to know, God, what is your purpose? There's some purposes of God that we won't know until Jesus comes. So we struggle back and forth with these things unnecessarily. I love the way the author here encourages us to be in communionship with God and recognize that he is taking us into his purposes. And even more so, to trust God's wit and wisdom. Because truly, he is all knowing, he is all powerful, he is everything, he is in everything, and he can handle whatever purpose he lays out for us. We just have to trust him. I want to thank you for listening today as I share these devotionals, and I'll be back tomorrow with the next day's devotion. God bless you and have a great day.